Hey everybody, Lisa Landed Sleuth for the Truth, coming at you from a truck in the middle of Canada. Yes, I am in Canada. I am fishing. Hope all is well today, tonight, this morning, this evening, whatever it may be, in your neck of the woods. Who is here with me? Oops. But yeah, there we go, Quantum Spirit. Hello. How is the stream? Is it buffering at all? Any buffering? Live streaming over an international roaming connection. So I'm crossing the border. We get hassled by the Border Patrol. Oh, wow, that's pretty crazy. It's pretty good, huh? Well, I'm kind of greasy. I haven't showered this evening yet. Well, forgive me because I'm in the middle of the woods. But yeah. Let's see. Can't see nothing out there. Nothing out yonder. Let's see. Whoa. It's pretty bright. But yeah, wanted to say hi to everybody. And I think Milky Way show is going on, isn't it? Yep. It's probably where everybody's at. So, I don't know. Hi, Deborah. How have you been? Thank you for telling me that it is good. But I seen the craziest lightning today. I wish I could share my pictures with y'all through my phone. Yep, I'm cheating on him. I want to see you. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. That's pretty cool. Well, I'm gonna go outside and talk. Everybody think I'm crazy. Yeah, but Brian, if you see this, I apologize. I didn't realize that you were on until I got on. But I wanted to ask you guys or point out a few things of my recent ponderings, I suppose I could call it. We, me, he, she, we, you, I, him, her, us. We are on a bus, Gus. But we're all together, right? Not a hive mind, we are not, but the same intuition we have got. What I'm trying to say is, you know what? People just ignore the negative of our, hey, Max Vision, remote view. How is the stream on your end there, buddy? Yeah, I'm going straight through YouTube on my phone because I figured it would handle the. I'm not glitching out or anything, or stuttering, or freezing up, or. Yeah, I got it on. Here, let me see. There's my ugly mug. But right here is where I'm at in Canada. At Crawford's camp. Fishing. Whoa. Fishing allocation. You're in Canada. Where you at, Maxie? I'm in where am I? Sioux Narrows. I am in Sioux Narrows. How far is just up the road, bro? Because I'll come see you. I got hassled by your border patrol, by the way. Whoa! That's cool. Oops. How do I get back here? Where am I at, Maxie? How do I get to your? I don't know how to get out of that. Oh, I know what I gotta do. Here, we'll go like this and go like that. So, we're gonna get really crazy today. Wow, wow, wow. That's funny. Ain't that nuts? But yeah, we're gonna get nuts today. Where you at, Maxie? What happened? Did I shut the chat off? I did. So where are you at? Like a school of fish. Okay, the school of fish. Yes, we don't want to be a think tank or a group think school of fish, but we want to know the knowing, right? So right, so right. Here, let me turn this down. There we go. Sssftt. That is me. So, guys, we're gonna go on a little, I don't know, thought experiment here. Say everything in our existence is a implosive cone of singularity, like a drain going down your tub, you know? Who lost connection? You or me? Was it my end or your end, Max? But okay, so say everything is a okay, good. I'm glad it wasn't my end. Tiny bubbles. Good. But okay, so say everything is like the drain. You know, there's a cone. Think of it this way. You know how it shows, okay, Orion. You look up at Orion tonight in the night sky, in the east, I believe. It's in the east. It's in the hour shape of an hourglass. Okay, that's hyperboloid. That is the inverse of the toroid. Okay? Were it not thinking or thought, drain and spout. Okay, now, yeah. Okay, now, follow me here. Now, so we think of things as a cone of singularity. Okay, that's everything goes to a null point. You know, that's what the two pyramids at the Louvre in Paris is. You know, the tips are just about to touch. That is the Orion. If you look up at it, you know it looks like an hourglass shape. The belt is the middle part where God is thrice great because it's three, and the cone of singularity is on either end of either side of that belt. The allspark, yes, the allspark, and that's another thing. So the cone or the hyperboloid shape, the inverse of the toroid, could be thought of on every scale, from the electric to from the Shakti, the to the ether, you know, everything energetic, everything animate, everything of the Anu is that which cruises to the null point. Not attraction, but to the null point. You know, that's the rest point, the pleroma, the bliss of stillness, stillness of mind, you know? That's what I believe. Well, I don't want to say believe, but that's what I'm leaning towards. And quite frankly, it's like every time I ponder on things of this nature, I'll think about them for 4 or 5 days, the one thing, and it's amazing how you can come up with an answer to that sort of thing on your own. I'm not gonna lie, I've found information before I've thought of said subjects and come up with like today I was watching lightning while I was fishing, and I realized the other day when I showed all those pictures in that video of the lightning, be observer, not thinker. Hmm. What else did you say there? Hang on, I gotta find it. Be observer, not thinker. Numbers, letters, philosophy, science, it's all there. Yes, it is all there. Thinking it be created, no thought is better to be in. Yes, I totally agree with that. Okay, so we are all in soup, this soup of energy, which is the I I'm starting to think it's God. you know, I don't know how else to say it, but one for one, one for one. That is my mantra, right? And I am not kidding when I tell you this, but I used to write that down before I even knew what it meant. And it means all for one, one for all, because one is the same as all. All is the same as one, right? But yeah, I'm sitting in my buddy's Jeep. He's gonna be coming over here, I think, because he sees bubbles on my screen. But yeah, okay, so Orion. Now get this. Orion is shaped as an hourglass. So we are said to be Sirius, the star Sirius, looking up at Orion, like the Fool card of the tarot deck. Now I could get into the tarot and what all of that means, and where the tarot is pretty much thoth. It breaks down, the word breaks down to thoth. It breaks down to the Torah as well. You know, yes, we are all of the one and one of the all, and it's like the Kabbalah states that the all is in the earthworm, but the earthworm is not the all, meaning that the same energy is injected in, or we as energy, the the essence that is, are all of the same energy. The thing I'm on is what individualizes our experience and what we carry over of that individualization into the next. Or do we just melt right back into the hole and come back out a different? Is that why we lose our memories? You know what I'm saying? Dimensions within us. The dimensions within us is yes, it's dimensionless, I believe. I think that's what the one is, because for one thing to be true, it has to be eternal. And for it to be eternal, it has to be timeless. It has to be time. It has to be everything all at once, because it is everything all at once. Therefore, the the hot, the cold, the bad, the good, the hate, the love, all of it is all of the one thing, just like we are, just like an animal is of the one thing that we are. Yes, what we put out comes back, and that's karma. But it's the whole convoluted mess that we've gotten ourselves into. The misunderstanding of what it all is so over the top ignorant. It's kind of mind boggling that we've even been able to chew on our food and swallow, because it's way simpler than we've done, what humanity has done to the whole you know, understanding of what it is. And we could get into whose fault it is, what they're doing. They aren't really. Yes, that is. Hey, what's up, Thoth? What's up, Miles? I see you for miles and miles. Free press 66 is in the house. Yeah, but the pleroma, that which is dualistic in the creation of the physical, loses the bond which makes it physical when you realize self realization, self realize from. We've fallen from a spiritual knowing of what we are. That's why we are the fallen folks, in my opinion. People want to think that everything is evil and everything is bad, everything is not as it should be. Well, everything I think is just as it should be. It's this way for a reason. The reason is for understanding that you get from the wisdom of the knowing. Those are the three top tiers of the Sephirotic tree. The tree of life is Shakma, Bina, and reason. Right? Wisdom, understanding gives reason. The hero. Right. The born, the life, and the death. Everything. If we have fallen, then everyone what? If we have fallen, then everyone it be. Yes. But I mean, I don't. You have to separate the negative connotation everybody has to certain words and certain phrases and certain things that is just nonsensical in nature, that we've confused ourselves with the delusion of not confusing ourselves. It's like living the illusion of my Messiah is myself. My Messiah is myself. My Messiah. What does Messiah mean, Miles? What does it mean? Middle, neutral, free. Check this out. Neutrinos come from. I'm a little choppy. Where do neutrinos come from, guys? The the gamma rays, the X rays in the middle, which is all interconnected. I'm still choppy. Maybe that'll help. Go to normal. No more bubbles. No more tiny bubbles in my head. You might burp. Do you know if you're burp club? Yes. Well, yes. All field perturbations. Okay. Well, there's certain field perturbations that in past, like Ken Wheeler. You're referencing Ken Wheeler. You, you were nice. So many questions that he knows the answer to. It's like that one video, Miles, that he just put out about how the Anu or the black hole is the creation mechanism for turning energy into matter. Well, I asked him that question a year and a half ago, and he never responded to me. And he put it out just because some peer-reviewed paper he puts it out. He comments on it. Well, why not comment on it when I ask him? You know, you know. And hello, sorry guys, I don't know than anybody, and didn't finish my statement. Energy to matter, the matter energy. I know Ken. Yeah, Ken said he's. If you don't know how to tell the truth, what will your reaction be when you hear it? Very good, very good, very good. Us super smart people tend to be assholes. Yeah, yes, it can be. Yes, consider myself a little over analytical. I I smash my brain for. I don't think you're an asshole. I really don't. I don't think you're an asshole, Miles. I think you're eccentric, and I think you care. I think you care more than you let on you do. Yet, that's why we're all by, and it's hard to practice them on a keyboard, is it not? Well, I'm streaming internationally. This is probably going to cost me a mint, you know, because I'm on international uh, dime time. But yeah, I want to finish my thought here on this Orion thing. Okay, now I've discussed and conveyed information that we've learned from Phil that I believe 100% as far as the demiurge is the devil, which is our creator, which is Lucifer, which is Satan, which we are created in hell because hell is an indifferent. And I don't want to get into the debate whether or not this is burning hell or, you got to get rid of all the convoluted Messiah devil worship shit that in your head from Bible dogma. We have to get rid of all of that, and we have to realize that alchemy is essentially bringing the two to one, the three. And you know what I'm saying? We look in the mirror of our own mind projection. Yes, yes. Okay, so now think about this, Miles. Think about this. How better, what better place to define yourself as a perfected soul than a shit show, devil infested, everything against you, physical manifestation, finite world? You're the circle. You're just trying to square your circle in a square. We are in a finite boundary. Now, this is why I'm trying to tie this all together with the Orion theory, or aspect of it, because everything is just an aspect of another. Just hi, Paula. Hi, Gerald. Hey, P. Toto. I like Totos. I like Totos. Yes, I like Totos. I'm live streaming internationally. It's dark right now. Judge not and be or be judged. Right. Very good. We're in a secret battlefield. Yes. But I mean, you. Okay, now I wanted to finish my thought here. I'm not going to look at chat, so I apologize if you're trying to ask me something. And so I got my eyes closed, and I'm trying to follow through with the thought, and that's what I have to do when because I've always had this issue of getting sidetracked, and here I go again. So when we look at things, you must throw away everything you know before you relearn. Before because we are taught everything is a dog eat dog world. You must take for what you can, grab on and hold on tight, because that's all there's going to be, from the resources on our planet to the money in our pocket. That's how we act, selfishly, devilishly, hopefully through the finite veil of this hellish indifferent. Can be a ruthless world, can be, suffering, all of the above. Through this, we find out in the end what we truly are through the great work. Now, if we were to know what we are to do when we are born, or, shortly thereafter, and at the teen, you would realize what real eyes. You'd see things through real eyes, guys. The word play is off the hook with everything, and people just don't get that alchemy is making the two extreme opposites, polar opposites of everything, are on the same, because we are all one. So polarity of everything is still of the one. This is how the fractalization of our existence are going to end, and never will. We'll start again. It's all one time existence. The all spark now. I was talking about the two cones coming together at the beginning of this video. The two cones coming together are that voila moment, that creation creating its own creator. We are the pinnacle of the pineal event. We are human, our creation itself. In man is the measure of all things. Man is the measure of all things. And we can get into dogma this and dogma that. It was their fault. It was my fault. There's an evil. What is friction? What does friction do? It causes heat. So out of two states comes the third, even on that level. My point is with the Orion thing, the cones coming together, that aha moment, the all spark, the pineal event light is the Big Bang, in my opinion. That is where, boom, everything subsides, everything exists in the bliss of the All One. But that timeless, dimensionless dimensions, that moment is where we that one moment and use time in it. Things in time change. Time changes not. Right? Time changes not, but all things change in time. That's pretty deep. I know, but when you wrap your mind around it, it is like okay. So the dualistic or polarized. Okay, you take a polarized pair of sunglasses. You look through another pair of okay, you look through that polarized pair of sunglasses. You look at the sun, say, and it knocks the polarization out of it, right? The blue light or whatever it is. You take another pair of polarized sunglasses and you look through both of them. It cancels the one out until you turn the next one. You could take a third, turn it a quarter turn, and boom, you got your polarization again. Explain to me how that works. There is there is no time now. We need to remember this. There isn't any. There isn't. What if, guys? What if we died in 2012? What if we died yesterday? Would we know if we're in the do-what here? If this is the do-what, would we know? Seriously, think about that. If you're in the in-between and you get wiped every time you go back to rebuy what Ken said. Yes, you know what? Thank you, Thoth. I was thinking the same thing. You know, time. So that all spark moment. That's why this is venerated everywhere, guys. I got the goosebumps from head to toe right now. Now, if anybody has tapped into this energy, labeling anything new age, lightning just happening in the building in the middle that I was in the middle of nowhere, the lights go out. You know, boom, at the moment of the lightning. Okay, now that all spark moment that we exist in, how is it possible? I'll tell you how. Because geoprecessional wobble that our Earth has, the axis mundi, if anybody knows what the axis mundi is, that's what all of the staffs are in, like the deity, the mythic cosmic time god, Aeon, the lion with the two keys to heaven and the sickle. That's what the Grim Reaper is carrying, the sickle, the axis mundi. You know, in Hindu religion, this was the axis of all. And everything has a center, and all centers are connected to the center of all things. The all thing is all one time existence. We are all part of that through the etheric anu, I believe. You know, I think it's all interconnected through that. The ultimate anu, the atom cadmium, you know, that is the physical manifestation. We can rise above that creative principle or that process via union with God, our higher self. We come to know our true self through a convoluted shit show we call Earth. Does anybody follow me here? That's how I see it. All spark of the neutron is the changer. Nice. The neutrino or the neutron. Yeah. Have you noticed that that subject is coming up over and over and over again, along with black holes and comets and portals and, everything to do on the outside? The stuff that we cannot see, though, is not part of our niche. Okay, well, say this. Let's say everybody to this. What if Caucasians came from Mars? What if all white people came from Mars, guys? Does that not make sense? Okay. Portals and black holes are just ends of a hyperboloid. A hyperboloid, though, is a convergent, divergent, infinite yet finite field, just like squaring the circle. Noah's story could be interpreted as a trip from Mars, but the Noah story is the floodwaters rising up in you culminating, going through your chakras and culminating in the ejaculation event of you resting upon Mount Meru or the Mount Ararat, I guess is what the story goes in the physical sense, but that is the ascension event of seeing the light. I've seen the light. Let there be light. I mean, there's reference over and over and over and over again. Yet, we all have the ability to get there. What is the Noah story? In my view, the Noah story is an ascension story. Every story is. Let me break this down to you. The three little bears, the three blind mice, the Snow White and the seven dwarfs, Cinderella. Cinderella, by the way, is a story told by an Egyptian pharaoh back in even King Wenceslas of the Bohemian uh, 935 era AD era is the same story as the Cain and Abel story, is the same as the Set and Osiris story. These stories are played out over and over and over and over again. They are all over and over and over again. I mean, even Atlantis to me is a story of your mind. On the island of Undal, in the city of Kior, a walled off city, two cities, one of philosophical and the other of science. Gilgamesh is another story. Yes, another one. The creation, the Epic of Gilgamesh, the all of them. I mean the Mesopotamian creation myth, the one with Abzu and the one with Enki and Enlil. It's just they have a different name for the top god that takes on, like Marduk got his power from his father Enki or something like that, and I think Marduk is the one who killed Eridu or wait, I got those two mixed up. Marduk killed what was the bull's name or whatever to be venerated as the top. That's what the whole Marduk was said to be the ruler of what, guys? Okay. Now get this. The Anu, my symbol, my avatar on YouTube, the Anu is seven spirals convergent and five divergent, all interconnected, and it looks like a heart. Okay. Now the Anu was said to be the king of Nibiru, correct? Now get this. Anu means the one, the Sky Father. the first, right? Anunnaki then means Anu, the Sky Father, the one, the first, the princely, right? Na, An, and Ki, earth. So we can become Sky Fathers on earth through the great work. From returning, reconciling what we have fallen from knowing. We are the fallen of the Bible, the fallen angels, the fallen angles of God's light. Okay? The Nephilim are the same as us. We are the Nephilim. You know, we mated with, the fallen angels. I mean, all of that is just. Right now, we are watching our lives flash by. Yes. Yes. All of these stories are just over and over and over again. You go to okay, as many times as the sun rises, the sun's at high noon, and the sun sets, and the house of bread, the arch across the sky, is the same as the arch above every doorway, is the same as the arch on your head. The arch on your forehead is the same as the arch in the sky. Our psyche is the sun's travel through the sky. We are born selfish. Through the noon of our day, the pinnacle, we come to the self realization that we are way more than that. Or a lot of people like to say it's because you're on your downturn to Set, Osiris, Set, Ra, you know, you get it? The story is old as time itself, guys. It is so blatantly right there in our grills that we are just so mistakenly misguided by. I mean, I'm sitting in the middle of Canada right now. I'm in the middle of Canada, live streaming on my phone on YouTube, internationally roaming. I mean, if that is not distracting to the spiritual being, what else is? I'm staring into a black phone, talking to a bunch of like minded individuals, you know? So the trouble is, there's too many dates I want to be a part of. Ain't that the truth? You know, yes. And one asshole, right? Itchy, I'll scoop you, take you for a ride, magic carpet ride, right? What was that? You were there, been everywhere. Now it then. Okay, now we wake up in the morning and we mourn. Yes, good morning. Soldiers die, soul dyers. Yes, it's all just crazy. Okay, now here, we want to play on words now. Get this, the trapezium open star cluster, which is in Orion's phallus or sword. Words are swords. And in Orion's sword is the trapezium. Trap, easy, I am. Yes, that's what Yellow Ball says. Yes, that's what the Demiurge says. Yes, that's what our Creator says. And our Creator is an indifferent thing. It's not, it is Jesus too. But Jesus is our Savior when we come to the self realization that they are one and the same. The crook and the flail on the Egyptian sarcophagi are symbolic or symbols of them two aspects of the creator. And that's all the creator is. Indifferent and automatic. And it's the light. It is the all spark light that creates our creation. We recreate it with God in union. The Son of God, the Son of Man is the same thing. It is the boom, the all spark moment that we exist in and we create. You know, that is what it's all about. Jesus was a parable, correct. Jesus was a parable. Yes. Totally agree with that. And that is what alchemy is realizing that those two things Those two things, you know, the creator, Lucifer, Satan, the devil, and Jesus are the same thing. Thoth is Jesus and Buddha. Thoth is not. Thoth is our consciousness. I take that back. And Jesus is our consciousness because it's our Redeemer when we are saved, our Savior, when we are saved from the very same thing that is our Redeemer. You get it? It's the self replicating loop. It's the Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail. Right there, boom, in your face. That's what it's all about, guys. In the cycle of cycles is our redemption and is our downfall. We live by the light, die by the light. Go to bed, wake up. Go to bed, wake up. When we realize what we are, the only thing we have to prove is prove to ourselves, which is our higher self, which is all the one. That's how it works, and that's how things become beautiful. That's how you become still in your mind and satisfied for what things are. It has no bearing on them. And the bitch of it is that I could sell my story to you, to the next person, but ain't nobody buying because it makes it not personal. For it to matter, it has to be a personal journey. For the path to freedom is narrow, but the epic of truth is huge. You know, follow your moon, open the pineal. Yes, the body will take all it wants unless you resist. Yes, that that is why they've through the eons have Ramadan or fasting. You know, that's why these religions of the East believe in the fasting. It is a flatulent way of saying, or you know, how them people would beat themselves in the back with a flail. You know, they would hurt themselves because they thought that was the sacrifice. Yet, by living as finite beings, or no, living as infinite beings in a finite structure, we sacrifice our living body to the all thing when we recreate the creation. Our body is nothing but a vessel for our spirit to roam in. You know, Sandman, you know, Enter Sandman. You know, I mean, I think of all these Metallica songs. You know, you will do what I say when I say back to the front. You coward, you servant, you blind man, back to the front. You will do what I say when I say back to the front. Right? I mean, all of them. That traps the spirit. Yes, it can trap your spirit. But this is the only place where this spirit can be experienced in the physical, in my opinion. That's what it's all about. Okay, now let's get back to the Noah thing. Noah's Ark. Through our self realization, you know how it says in the Bible, and man named them cows, so they were cows, and man named them goats, so there was goats. And out of man's mouth came whirls and whirls of animal names, and they were as the man said they were. So that is the concept of bringing pairs of animals onto the boat, the one vessel, bring them all into one. From the one is born all of everything. Okay, and I know that's the weirdest thing to wrap your mind around that. Okay, so light is then creation, correct? So, yeah, light is creation. What is the four aspects of manifested matter? Think about this. What is the four aspects? The four things matter can be. It can be a liquid. It can be a solid. It can be a gas. What else can it be, guys? Can you figure it out? What else can it be? What's the fourth element? And then there's a fifth, actually, that it becomes through the process of comparison, proportion, measure, and capped and understanding. You shine like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle. You know what I'm saying? Whoa. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to, with the driver, does matter matter? Right. God is the ark, and we are the animals in the ark. You can look at it that way. I agree that that's a way to look at it. They want quantum so they can quantify everything. Yes, and it's not only quantifying everything; it's convoluting everything, and that's what man has done through eternity. For if not for making me myself look smart, I would feel stupid. If you follow me in that statement, you know. I feel stupid for not making myself look smart. So what makes yourself look smart? By overanalyzing everything. Yet this is what we do as human beings. We try to overcomplicate things just just for sheer fact of being smart. We do have the animus in us, but we are not animal because we are the pinnacle of the pineal of creation. We are man is the measure of all things, meaning that every aspect of a man's female's body is equal proportion, 2-to-1 ratio, golden phi, all that, and a piece of pie. I mean, seriously, from the divine measurements of everything, guys. I mean, even our environment will speak through itself to show you which way to go or to communicate with you. It does. I just, the environment talks to me through the number 333 and through several aspects recently. It speaks to me through situational awareness, meaning that today I thought of Michelle Seymour and Reyes. If you guys hear this, I just sent you an email about that. I thought about you guys. Oh, by the way, guys, Mr. Runky Monkey is cancer free. Let's all give him a freaking thumbs up and tell him we love him. Because I love Jerry. Jerry's the man. He's cancer free, guys. And, you know, I can't be happier, more elated for him. Yes, Jerry's the man. Did the dog dewormer do anything? I don't know. Why, you told him to take some dog dewormer? That's funny. Really? You're serious? Oh, damn. Yeah, I wish Jerry was here. He's sleeping though. He goes to bed early. You know. Hey Maxie, where are you? How far are you from Sioux Narrows? Because if you're that close, I will come see you. I'll hop in a boat and come see your ass. I will look it up. I'm not laughing at you, Miles. That was just sounds pretty funny. You know what I mean? So don't think I'm racking on you, dude. Because I'm not. Because I love you, and you know that. So, I love you as much as I love Jerry. Jerry's the man. You're the man. You guys are all. I love you all. And that sounds corny, whatever. But I realize that you guys are the same as me. I am you. You are me, and that's what we have to be. That's why Barney, we're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me? The amount of knowledge in the universe is like the grains of sand on a beach. And we know about grains and what they're worth. You're welcome to boat over to UK anytime, bro. Hey, I already told you I'd do that for you, brother. Anytime, man. Anytime. Yeah, Phil wants to do a show with me on Sunday, so I'm trying to get back from Canada on Sunday. Damn lying, Barney. I like pumpernickel bread. What's up, shoots for par? It's like they say, what did you say? It's like they say, if you can't love yourself, right? It's the truth, you know? It's now, okay, let's get to the pyramid aspect. Pyramids are so you build upon your information, you get comparisons from your information, you compare your information. That information then, after being compared, gives you proportion of what to welcome into your reality as truth, which is very easy to do when you realize that all is one. Okay, then that gives you measure. You have things to measure. You know, you can measure things against it. That a- then enters the Ben stone, the single point of truth we are all after. And what bling blings at the top of the what bling blings at the top of the pyramid, guys? When it's capped from above, when the two Christmas trees meet at the tip, the bang bang boom, the spark of existence. You know what I mean? That is the pinnacle, the star at the top of the Christmas tree. Santa Claus, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm a telling you why. Santa Claus is coming. He's got 12 reindeer pulling his sled. Yes. Well, no. Spark, the spark is where we exist through union with the spiritual. Okay. What better polarization than night and day? Night defines itself by the day. The day defines itself by the night. Without the light, there would be no dark. What is dark? What is dark? What is darkness? The avoidance of light. Is it not? So, what is light? The avoidance of dark. So, the contrast between the two is not unlike spirit and physical. The square and the circle are seemingly different, yet the angles, the circumference, 360 degrees, baby. 490-degree angles equals 360 degrees. So the two things that you thought were exactly not the same thing are exactly the same thing, yet different enough to define each other. For not for the physical, where would the spiritual reside? Meaning, if consciousness weren't a thing, there would be no bling bling. That bling bling moment is the thing. You know, like on Dr. Seuss, you know, thing one and thing two. Triangles are a different story. The triangles are 180 because you get to two, and what does that make? A 360. Those are equilateral triangles. Or no, equilateral triangles are yeah, they always equal 180. You're right. You're completely right there. No matter what triangle, it always adds up to 180, right? Even the hypotenuse or whatever it is, the Ken Wheeler showed us that the hydrogen atom or chemical marker for it is a 108-36-36 triangle, and that is 180 degrees. So yeah, you're completely right. Every triangle is 180. Nothing is a vacuum and it will fill itself. All geometry are multiplies of 9. Yeah, Wheeler is he's got an ego the size of Texas. This is surely for sure. And yet this is the point right here. You have to you have to get this through your mind, Padma, is we have to deal with the frustration that we feel when somebody opens their mouth. Like somebody might be thinking right now, you're full of shit, Steve. You're full of shit, Steve. I can't stand this. You have to get over that and take from what I'm saying what resonates with you. I'm not saying enjoy the steak and eat it and love it because I made it. I'm giving you information that I'm sharing that I've been through, and it's so over the top crazy that it's right there in our face. I mean, come on, where I started this journey thinking Nibiru was a planet coming to kill me, thinking Anunnaki were living on that planet, thinking that fallen angels came to this and everything was convoluted. And yet, all of the shit that I just said, every hot button issue word that I just said, every rabbit hole word that I just said, it wasn't false. It was just convoluted, turned on its head, misunderstood, misconstrued, misinterpreted, and misleading books say, misunderstanding the convoluted essence of money and what money does to humans and their greed aspect. I'm thinking when we die here in the dark, we burst. Have you seen some of that type I type sometimes? Yes, I've seen some of the shit you type, Miles. Yes, you don't have to agree with me. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying, and what I'm saying is going to be 100% true. That's the personal journey. Okay, Spartan, love, peace, chicken grease. I like Ken Wheeler. Just wish he would dumb it down a little more so I could understand more. Ken Wheeler repeats things to the point where you end up understanding it, Menza. I mean, wasn't it crazy how he stated that the black hole is the matter creator? Remember that? I mean, I got kind of frustrated. That was what my pineal gland is rotten. Nobody's pineal gland is rotten if you're still alive, because it is the 13th in the center of the 12. And the neutrino is what's screwing up the neutrino is coming from the center of all things, guys. And why? Why? Ask yourself this. Why? Why now? Why now? It's time. That's what Demeter's about. That's what that's what you know Cirrus is about. The Demeter is the goddess of harvest, agricultural harvest. You know, it is harvest time. Two pole middle bet. Seed of life. Seed of life is the basis, the Vesica Pisces of all that exists. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, everybody's pineal gland is sad too. Fluoride is a female dog. Is that what it means? Really? We in the now happening. Yes, the now happening is it's quite peculiar in its convoluted essence, is it not? Never heard about cherry juice? Gonna get me some cherries, right? Fluoride is a bitch. Nice. It's toxic waste. Fluoride is that's been a big part of something because I remember when I was a kid getting that shit in my mouth all the time and it didn't help my teeth any, you know. So, I've come to realize that a lot of things in our life, in our paradigm, that if I knew then what I know now, how far better off I would be, and I would learn to love again a lot sooner than I have now. The fact of the matter is, folks, that if we weren't, if it wasn't dumped into water supply, it would have to be stored, make up a toxic waste because that is exactly what it is. Yeah, maybe. Yes, it would be marked. Yes, it is in the water. Yes, I agree with that. Never do anything my mom and sister says, no matter how I. Shut up, Miles. God, you're ridiculous, dude. Hey, did you try the half full thing for a minute, Miles? I'm just kidding, brother. The pineal. Now, the place of the pineal. It even says in what is that in Paula? Find out what the verse is where it says the place of the pineal. You probably know right off the top of your head. We will be receiving incorruptible bodies to replace the corruptible bodies that we have now. Yeah, once you become an angel, the devil hides in Coca Cola. Yes. What up, Giant? Nice to see you, brother. And ho, ho, ho. What's up, y'all, sister and bro? I love it. I love it. There is probably a difference in naturally occurring and man made fluoride. Probably. Yes. You know, the place of the pineal, guys, is in the Bible. It is said to be light body. Yeah, I don't. Isn't it where I meet God face to face? You will never meet God face to face. God will fill you with His essence or its essence, or you know, you will feel like you're in the presence of a man or a God or a woman or whatever. But it, from what I understand, from what people have told me, or near death experience literature that I've read, is that you never see what God looks like. You see what the light looks like. That is the description of what is it, Moses, or Noah, when his eyes were as red as flames and they were you know, and his hair was white as snow. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, his hair was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, and everything is repeated 3 times, guys. Repeated 3 times. Why? 3 times later, once, twice. Right? And there's lightning outside. We could get lightning in a bottle. Okay, that fourth state of matter is plasma, you folks. Plasma. So what is plasma then? Plasma. Think about that. Genesis 32, 22, and 31 states, talks about, is that when God is wrestling with, wait, is that Job or John is wrestling? Excuse me, I gotta go to bed. I was up at 5 this morning, but it speaks of it. Some advertising company did some studies and found it takes 3 times to hear something for most people to remember it. You're probably right. You're probably right. God is thrice great, right? God is thrice great. The name Steve Stone is mentioned in mythology paper uploaded to academia. Uh-oh. I had to look at my email real quick. I'm sorry, guys. My email said that the name Steve Stone is found in alchemical literature or whatever. I don't know, but I'm trying to get a show together with Phil, guys. I wanted to. God is thrice great because He is the freaking great magnet, hyperboloid, torus, and plane of inertia. Yes, yes, essentially, yes. I mean, it's everything. God is everything. Anything, anything that we see, taste, touch, feel, expose ourselves to, or are exposed to is part of that creation. Anything that we see, hear, smell, taste in the physical sense is part of the creation. But God is not per se our creator. God is, well, He is our creator, the all creator. But I mean, the physical aspect of us is created through an indifferent set of I don't know, tears of light. That's I've seen the light. Let there be light. For I've walked through the shadow or the valley of death. I fear no evil. You know, and then John 3:16. For who loved, he so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. You know, for he who shall believeth in him shall not perish. So that means when it comes to light, when it comes to light, that we are of the same, and we unify the dualistic nature of our physical regime, then we will rise above that creative, indifferent demiurge. Okay? I just wanted to pound that home with you. And there was something else I wanted to discuss. Oh, and it's this. Thank you guys. Thank you all for just being there, part of this journey with me, because I want nothing more for us all to succeed in what we're striving to succeed in. You know, E- um, because that makes us aminals. I was gonna say aminals, animals. Yeah, me ams need to get big club to crack woman overhead. Right, I can mate with hers. Ain't that true? What real? What not? What's real and what's not? Everything is real and is physical when you're physical. I mean, be not deceived. Be aware of the absolute. Be aware. Keep an eye on the sky, but turn not from the footsteps you tread in the relative. For if you fall due to your upward gaze, and you're cast upon the rocks and torn asunder. For the absolute exists, yeah, but don't dwell on it. Know that through the relative, the absolute can only be achieved. One must be incarnate in the Ka to receive the Ba. You have to die before you die, so when you die, you don't die. Right. I mean, I can get it flowing, every once in a while. You know what I mean? And when I close my eyes and it's dark like this, I can really keep my thoughts together, and it makes sense for a minute, but then I get it all boggled up again. You know what I'm saying? So, is the valley of the shadow of death? That's this place. That is we are in the deception, the great deception, guys, of the Bible. This life we are living is the deception. Be not deceived, for in thee is the answer, the truth, the way, the key. I am only the key, the way, for those who can have eyes to see and ears to hear. Right? Go back to the one and start the division again. Bango, bango, bada bing, bada boom. Yes, Thoth, the magnetic field is exactly the same as the Anu. Well, not exactly. It is the all encompassing uh, formula for it. It's everything follows in suit from atoms, even probably nanoatoms, even the nanoatoms, nanoatoms are all the same. Would be no magnetic fields on the hyperbolae north and south poles. Right. There always has to in okay, now in the physical creative matter of factness of our creation, there has to be polarity for dualistic dualism to have energy to manifest into matter. Is it coincidence that the Anu is the ultimate atom? Is it coincidence that we are named Adam and the atom is the same? No. Right. Nothing is awfully small. Right. Nothing is. It's divinely small. A pinprick is the same as a hammer stick. You know, it's hot and cold are one of the same thing, just on different levels, different aspects of the same thing. That's what all that means. Is that nothing can be different from something else if it all comes from the same one thing, the same no thing. Yes, we spend most of our existence dead, probably. You're probably right. Now, we've had this thought experiment, and now I've pulled you through the muck by your noses, by your nostril hair, okay? Tell me, is it possible that this is the do what? We are in between right now. Is it possible? Yes, varying degrees. Very good. Yes, that's what it states in the Kabbalah. Yes. Is this the duat, guys? Could this be the duat? The underworld, the in between, where we go. Yes, maybe upside down, right? The mirror image. Yes, 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 yes. All planets, all the planets, all the magnets, all magnetic fields interacting with each other. Yes, the same resonant frequency. That's what resonance is about. And that's why resin is a sticky substance that holds the knits together. you know, we are in a fractal of the creator. It's more than that, though. We are fractalized. We are the creator in essence with God. I mean, that's the Holy Trinity, is it not? Yeah, so I agree with that, Max. Yeah, you're right. Totally right. Silly monkeys, you're our thought. yes. Ain't that a bitch? I don't when I pet my dog, that dog sure feels real. but think about this. Now, if you're in Tron and that is your existence, do you know anything outside of it? It's the Plato's cave. The allegory of, the shadows on the wall. What is real to you is not real to the next person. Vice versa. You have to understand that things are real as hell. The relative matters to us because without it, we would not define ourselves as spiritual beings. And I guarantee you, half the people listening to me right now have been here before, done this before, and achieved the conehead status. Now, isn't that another weird thing? How the pharaohs or the pharaonic crown look like a plant bulb coming off their head, and then Conehead movie comes out. You know what I'm saying? Elongated skulls of Caracas. You know, all of the above. Just another divinely integrated informational portal. It's one thing. One thing. We are the one thing, guys. Okay. I probably spent $50 on international fees now on this live stream. So I'm going to have to say good night, guys. And, you know, are we in the do what? If you feel compelled to, come back to the live stream after it's played, and downloaded. And it might be a while because I'm up north right now. So I'm totally, completely, utterly surprised that this was able to happen in a truck in the dark with my dumb, dumb as. Yes, life. Yes, Thoth Amon is a man of good stature. He is a little eccentric, but he is the man. Anyone notice the crazy stuff around our borders? Surveillance. Speaking of borders, I got hassled crossing the fucking border by the Canadian mounted. Hey, Maxie, where do you live, man? You don't want to tell me where you live? You afraid, or did you already? Because I'm in Sioux Narrows. I'm not shooting arrows. I'm in Sioux Narrows. Full blown half insane. Have a great West from Oshawa. Oh, too far? Okay, I got you. All right. I love you guys. I'm going to have a good night's sleep here and I'm going to get fishing in the morning. Love you guys. Love, peace, chicken grease. Keep it real, pay it forward. Hey, I've done this a couple times recently. When you're in a fast food line and you're in the drive-through and you can afford it, pay for the person next to behind you. Don't expect anything in return. Just do it. You know, that's a means of paying it forward. It's a pretty shallow one, but it's a start. It makes you feel good. Okay, do it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I wish I never ate fast food either. But I gotta go, guys. I'm tired. I love you. Bye.